And it's prime time in China, and it looks to be a good start from Kaspers, who will look to go up the inside at turn 1, but Mika Lewis has absolutely flew off the blocks and will try to make it 3 wide into turn 1. The outside will go. Wesley Kaspers has got by Mill Pill. Mill Pill will now need to hold off from the Mercedes. The Silver Arrow still up the inside at turns 3 and 4. They'll run down towards 5 and 6 now. Further down, Lasta Lee is battling with Matt Guest, but Wesley Kaspers takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Mill Pill just manages to keep second, Mika in third, and Matt Guest around the outside at turn 6. That didn't quite work out. Sven Neidem in 6th position. 7th place is Marcel Hall battling with Dennis Kostanov, and Dennis Kostanov will have the inside around the long left-hander of 7, and it'll be the outside at 8, but that will be the inside of 9 and 10. I think he'll just about win out this battle, as Marcel Hall was still keeping a couple of tyres in there. Contact around there can easily lead to a spin, but they do just jump behind, and it's a great start by
contact at the back. I think that was a huge crash at the back there, maybe a slight pile-up, but that's involved Beckmars, Kiziel, and I want to say one other driver, but I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, I think Dennis Kostanov
could go.
He's looking for the inside, and then a little bit loose and leery, and that allows Vuk to put a nose in at turn 2, and then around the outside of turn 3, but a lot of opposite lock for the Red Bull, and he's just caught that, and James Taylor is now right behind, maybe thinking about a lunge into turn 6, does look for the inside, does put a couple of tyres up there, and there's contact just, I think Vuk avoids it, but Vuk going backwards here, but certainly looking to maintain that inside line, but it's going to be too far back there, but he does do it, and he does try and get up the inside. It'll be the outside of turn 8, and he's still in there. That is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable traction from the Red Bull to do it. I thought he'd just be pushed out, and he just finally took behind, and very, very clean racing between the James Taylor and the Mercedes. As we say that, he's absolutely just gone flying in, and
he's
James
crashed.
Taylor
he's out.
Is out of the session. And there's
that's got to be a safety car of some sort.
And there is a VSC certainly out on track at the moment. That we'll see if that is upgraded to a full safety car. But there is a stricken
that's
car.
such a shame.
It's James Taylor, and we just cursed it. We said it was so clean. It was amazing racing.
But so unfortunate that's ended in. Mika Luoff drive through penalty, so he's just messed up his delta there. Easy to do going round turn 1.
However, he's very close to the back of Mika Luoff, but Mika has come into the pits to take that drive through. And the worst thing that could happen is, as you're going into the pit lane, then the safety car comes out, because then you can't take the drive-through, but you've committed to the pit lane. And I have seen that happen before. That is the absolute worst thing that could happen. But Mika Luoff, I guess, somewhat, in some respects, lucky on that front, because he is able to take his drive-through. I bet he will feel very lucky in that car in a moment. And DRS open for Dennis Kostanov towards turns 14, the hairpin, up the inside. That is as simple as you like for Kostanov along the main straights. But Bazzi's drive out of the final snail there, so much greater that he's almost alongside. He is alongside before DRS is open, and it's a drag race towards the apex of turn 14. And James Bazzi looks to have won this if he doesn't go too deep on the brakes. And Marcel Hall easily outclassed there to maintain that position from Axel Lergestam. And Axel Lergestam actually spins. He spins just out of sight there around turn 4, and he is facing the wrong way, and he has fallen down to the back of the grid because of that one. I don't think there was any contact, just out of sight of the camera, and he has fallen down to 15th position down the main straight.
Here he comes.
Actually, a DRS. Both drivers have DRS, but a bit of EOS burn from the AlphaTauri driver, looking to get into 4th position here, close up on Matt Guest, and that is easily done. I wonder if Lasta Lee will take that sitting down though, or whether he'll try and battle out of the final corner there. A little bit of wheel spin for the AlphaTauri out of turns 15 there, but I think he's got that move done. And Bazzi up into 6th position, ahead of Dennis Kostanov as well. So Bazzi up into 6th here.
Marcus Fjeld, the straight line rocket himself. And former NASA engineer, one of rumours for the Williams. It's going to be
easily done, isn't it? Very easily done. Anton C off the track.
Anton C
crashed out of turns 15, just behind that battle, and he rejoins the track. That may have been a bit scary for Vuk. I didn't quite see that, but Vuk,
guess he's got damage. Ooh, what a lock up.
Because of that. And Anton C will have to come into the pits, I reckon. And he does go into the pits. He's all over the place. Saved by the random reset to grid as Otis Beckmars just cycles through. So, and you can overtake on pit lane entry. His gap is now 5 seconds, 6 seconds to his teammate. he's looking for Wesley Kaspers' technical failure here, because Wesley Kaspers could be wrapping this one up, but there's good battling. Is there further down through the field? Lasty Lou getting very close to the back of Mika Lewis.
Yeah, and Kiziel just having to take a lot of AstroTurf there at where Matt Guest crashed in qualifying, so maybe struggling for traction, just like the Williams did before him. Oh, and James Abazi coming out of nowhere, and he's going to go down the inside. This will really be upsetting Mika as he has to go off the track, and he spun! Maybe just gently forced onto the track there and taking just the wrong line, and also taking too much curb. And if he wasn't going to box then, he will now.
So when do you think he could go on a pair of softs in this race?
Probably about now. You probably could have done it about 2 laps ago, but Matt Guest going around the outside of Lusty Lee, and quite a simple move with the DRS to help with some ERS. James Abazi almost running clean into the back of the Alpine, now braking himself. We thought there maybe had been an opportunity there, but alas it was not, and Lusty Lee will have to settle with P6 here. He will get DRS, and he could be all over the back of Matt Guest. He doesn't have much battery left, but he's going to use the potential of the DRS there to go around the outside of Matt Guest here on lap 21. The Williams having a good old battle with the Alpine as they head through turn 2, the first snail section of the track. Matt Guest managing to retain his position and holding on for dear life.
Closing and closing before the DRS opens, and I think the overspeed will be great enough to get alongside towards turn 14. Later on the brakes, he goes very deep, almost into the back of Matt Guest, just about avoiding him. Now pushing out Lasty Lee, who will look to battle back up the inside at turn 16, the final corner, backing out of it, thinking I want to survive. And the Williams in this sport, and the AlphaTauri just sticking that middle line, letting Matt Guest decide to go around the outside. There's not going to be loads of traction out there, but Matt Guest will look for every inch of it, and if he can keep the inside for turn 3, just about getting edged out there. That was great defensive work from the AlphaTauri, but the more they battle, the more they bring in the car of James Abazi behind, but Matt Guest still got 2 wheels alongside the AlphaTauri, looking for the inside at turn 6.
And he sent him deep.
And the DRS battle, he goes very, very deep, does Neidham, and on the outside of turn 8, it could be a Lewis Hamilton replica move on Sebastian Vettel, but again he doesn't do it. A switch back indeed towards turn 8 and turn 9, and now towards turn 10 they go, and James Abazi is right behind as well. He's sniffing for any kind of encroachment. Matt Guest will again go for it down towards turn 14. I think it's going to be a lot simpler move for the Williams driver, and he's going to be up the inside at 14. Abazi has fallen a little bit back there, having a bit of a dodgy exit out of the snail, and Matt Guest still battling with Sven Neidham. Sven Neidham trying to keep up the inside at turn 16. Sven Neidham will have a good run out of the final corner. He'll open up DRS and straight away try to get back into third position here. It's the penultimate lap they head on to, and Matt Guest takes the inside line. James Abazi isn't too far behind here, and there just isn't the grip for the AlphaTauri driver out where Matt Guest was making it work last time. A little bit of bumping between the two as well, and James Abazi in 5th position will want to get by immediately because he'll be thinking about that podium. Wesley Kaspers coming around the final corner now. He's won the championship in style. He's been dominant throughout and wins it with a race to go. Wesley Kaspers is the season 5 champion